Hey. Hey. It's your man, Collar Park Sean, holding down for Orlando Crespo, but we still got them rice and beans. Know what I mean? What up, Slime?
I want to try it too.
Go ahead.
Since he ain't here, I want to try it.
Go ahead.
Hey. I don't know how he do that shit. Shout out to the brother, Crespo. Shout out to man. Happy birthday.
Man, happy birthday.
That's why, you know, Crespo a full-time daddy, y'all. So
Manly man.
Happy birthday to man.
Indeed, man.
We in the building.
Hey, today, we got one of my friends, one of my partners out here. He gonna give y'all a little info on everything. Tell the people who you are.
Hey man, how's it going out there, world? Hey, Raphael, go by Ra, American CEO. Like to meet y'all. Here to talk about some financials in the black community.
Okay. Did you say financials in the black community?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Economics and all of that.
I think everybody want to hear this.
So the people hear you say your name one more time.
One more time.
Give it to them one more time.
How y'all doing out there? I'm Raphael Taylor, American CEO.
That's all I need. You know what I'm saying?
He said CEO.
CEO, man. From the ground up.
He not a businessman.
CEO.
He a businessman.
He is a businessman. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you. I know we talked about this earlier this year.
Oh yeah, man. It's a pleasure. It's a long time coming.
A long time coming.
It was time. You know, everything got to line up.
Oh yeah. He was just like, and then I was like, hey man, when you free? Oh man, I got this jumping off in June. I got this going in October. I'm gonna be ready in such and such. So I was like, okay, you know me. After a while, I'd be like, I ain't finna keep asking this dude to come on this show.
Yeah, we been lied to enough.
Right, they don't lie to us plenty. Okay, I'll come. But he hit me up. Hey man, I'll be there on this day. I'm like, hold on, let me check and see what we got. I said, nah, we gonna make it happen.
Sometimes we gotta make it happen. You know.
But yeah, he hit me up and was like, I'm ready, man. Come on, let's do it. So give people a general rundown of what you into. I guess just start with the business because you got a lot of stuff to you, and we'll get into that.
Okay. So my background, the first business I had was a talent agency, and I actually sold that to Las Vegas talent agency back in 2011, and then that's when I started working at Delta. Okay. From there, I started building up my financial company, kind of trying to help mostly black youths that didn't get taught the right way about how to save money, how to invest money, and the importance of that compound interest and all of that. Okay. So, you know, we work on 401ks. So I have a lot of like Delta members because they automatically invested with Fidelity. I show them what to do with that money so that they know how to get the best rates and all of that. But we do stocks, crypto, angel investing, real estate. You know, we all over with it.
Okay. What was it about your upbringing that made you want to not only make money for yourself, but to educate other people on how to, and like you said, minorities, black people look like us. What made you want to say, well, I want to teach everybody as well, and not just I have the secret sauce and I'm just going to do it?
Right. So for me, it was more of a just a love of learning. You know, so when I was a kid, man, I was reading books constantly, trying to read a book every week. You know, so you know, I taught myself Japanese. I learned about the stock market at 15. So, you know, so I was learning those keys then. But then I also grew up kind of rough. I was into the streets, did a lot of stuff, and God brought me out of that. So I feel like helping others is my redemption. So that's what we all about.
Yes, sir. And you was just talking about God. Congratulations to you on this fast he was just telling us about.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
This brother, he said he went through, lost what?
20 pounds in 7 days.
That sounds like some crack.
It's tequila today.
Hard work, man. 2 days in the gym, man.
Oh,
you know,
man.
Running 5 miles at a time, you know, getting it in.
Bless your heart.
Okay, when you're dealing with the stock market, you know, crypto, you know, so forth. So, when people come to you, because everybody, you know, they come to you with the quick dollar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How do you talk to these people to let them know, like, yo, we can do this, but long term is where you might be, better off. Because I got a homeboy, man. He hit me all the time with options and things of that nature. And I understand what he's saying, but I just be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the person you got to sit down with, you know what I'm saying, and give it to it like that. So how do you deal with, like?
Man, it's like I try to tell everybody, this is a long-term game. So what I tell them is, don't come and see me when you're going through things and now you need the money. Start investing before you need it.
Absolutely.
Right? So then you might have to pull something out of there, but it's something you can put back. But if you're talking about, oh, man, my house about to be foreclosed, what can I do to make $20,000 overnight? Brother, I can't help you. You waited too long now.
Go get a
Magic
brick.
City.
Yeah,
Get
a brick.
Get a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? You might. I don't know who gonna give you one, but
Right.
But I got some risky investors though, man. I had a guy gave me $20,000. He said I want to double that in a month. I said, brother, that's risky. I can probably do it. I know the companies that are growing, and I can probably make that happen. But there's a huge chance you're gonna lose that money. He said, I don't care about losing it. I just want to see if you can do it. I got it done, but man, I would never do that with my money.
Stressful. Stressful.
Because also, if I'm just doing whatever my clients want, and I'm taking those chances on everybody's money, and I'm losing, now my reputation go out the window.
Absolutely.
As well.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. As far as fidelity, it's a lot of people do out there at that place you mentioned. We do use it, for our 401ks and things, and then they have a financial engine.
Right.
That we got access to. I don't know if you into that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
it's unaggressive.
Okay. Do you suggest, would it be better to talk to someone like you or to actually, or are you the same as them?
No, I would say it'd be better to talk to somebody like me for this reason. Typically, if you put your money in Fidelity, they got it in your 401k. They got it in a life cycle program or something like that. They're averaging between 6 to 8% a year, which is good returns in comparison to just leaving your money in a bank account.
Okay.
Right? My clients and myself, we're averaging 40 to 80% a year in returns. So you can leave your money in there and you can just get stock picks from me on, one, you got to go to what's in Fidelity. It's called a brokerage account. You sign up for a brokerage account, you move your money over into that, then you have full control of it. And then you can place your money into the stocks you want.
We got any jewels to drop? Because he dropping them. You ain't got no jewels on this machine over there?
Yeah, I do, but I'm paying attention too.
Oh,
so
I mean, you got to do your job. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
Because he dropping jewels over there. Real quick, he just dropping jewels.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump around in this because it's all, I'm novice in it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Coinbase. Explain this to me.
Coinbase, that's a company I like. They trying to make sure that they stay within the regulations that the U.S. is comfortable with. A lot of people don't like them, for example, because they delisted some cryptocurrencies. So they trying to watch out for themselves.
Okay.
If something's not regulated by the SEC, Coinbase don't want it underneath their profile. So I understand that. At the same time, Coinbase has had some issues when stuff blow up and then people want to pull their money out. You can't get your money out. So you miss all those gains. And it's not regulated like a bank. There ain't no FDIC insurance, none of that. So if you can't get your money, you just miss the way.
Point?
Yeah.
You just playing around. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whole site can shut down. So
I also heard with Robinhood not to buy crypto in Robinhood. Somebody told me that it's not really yours when you get it in Robinhood.
it is yours, but again, that's another one where it's going to be hard to get it out because they're limited in their cryptocurrency in that space, right? So they don't have all the necessary technology to run it the way that they should. They just kind of up and coming with that.
Oh, okay.
And for people that don't know what we're talking about, Robinhood is it's an app and Coinbase is an app. I think Coinbase basically deals with crypto.
Yeah.
But Robinhood deals with all stock and crypto also. They're moving into that. So, but yeah, somebody had told me that and they was like, yeah, move all your crypto out of that and put it in the Coinbase. So.
First off, if you're going to have crypto, you got to put it in a hard wallet. So that's where it's kind of like with your computer. You have a hard drive, an external hard drive. Same thing with your money. You'll have it just on a hard drive that only you can access. They give you a code. Normally it's like 16 words. It's called a seed phrase. So it'll just be random words that only you know, so you can get access to your money. A lot of people lose that. They know where to recover.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I heard about a dude. Yeah, he had all kind of money, and he lost.
People lost millions of dollars.
Yeah, he lost the words.
Yeah, so it's very important.
He was like trying to pay them to go in the trash can or a dumpster or some shit and get his trash and some shit. He wrote it down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I actually had a client recently, bless his soul. He went against what I was telling him. He's paying me for my information.
And then he went against what you said.
Went against it. He bought some crypto. One of these overnight successes. It shot up. He put like 3,000 in, made 250 grand overnight. So he was super excited. He was like, see, I told you, man, I know what I'm doing.
No wallet.
It's called a rug pull. It was a coin that was made just for them to steal your money. So as soon as he made that money, the company shut down and stole everybody's money.
They did that with what's that little TV show that was on Netflix? With the red light, green light.
Game.
Yeah, they did it with that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did it with that.
I didn't look at Squid Game.
See, because when it comes to those tokens, there's over 2,000 of them. Anybody can make them. Once you have like the knowledge of knowing how to run these systems and algorithms, you can make one of these tokens overnight and make it shoot up. At that point, it's whether you want to design it to where it actually has some kind of function, or if you're gonna do the same thing and pull it.
And just pull it.
Because that's where Dogecoin, Shiba, all of that, these meme coins, they didn't have a purpose.
Right.
So once they started gaining that traction, they found a purpose for it.
Right.
So they could have easily just took all of everybody's money, and they technically aren't wrong for that.
Right.
So because it's an investment. So in any investment, nobody's promising you anything.
Right. So it's just creating a buzz.
Right.
And then once you got the buzz, I can decide to screw all y'all or to make it work for long-term purposes.
Absolutely.
Didn't know that.
Damn.
Didn't know that.
T.I. was even part of one that they said was a scam. So he had to pay some fines for his because he was attached to it.
Damn.
Hey.
So is that in the same playing field like NFTs?
Okay, so NFTs, non-fungible tokens, the most clear version for people to understand is this pixelated artwork. So you might have like the ones that are kind of popular right now, these monkeys, board monkeys.
Yeah,
stuff
I've been
like
seeing that. Yeah.
So all you're doing is the way people making money off of them is primarily you will have somebody makes the NFT, they don't reveal it. It all goes onto an auction floor. They buy it for one price, they sell it to you, then it's revealed to you once you buy it. Once you see what it is and how good it is, now you can decide to sell it for more because it might be something super exciting.
Right.
So we talking like this could have been $1,000 here, 10,000 here, and I'm gonna sell it for 100,000. That's how people getting rich off of it. So that's a whole nother ball game.
That's like buying damn Jordans.
Yeah, pretty much. And knowing, well, based off of you not knowing, I mean, you banking on the unknown.
I think it was kind of like what we were talking about earlier. When we was talking about this generation kind of being into entertainment, social media, stuff like that. So a lot of these NFTs, you can put them like in video games, like these worlds that are created, like using like the metaverse.
Yeah.
You might have stuff where like you might go in my house in the metaverse and I got this NFT hanging up on the wall. So I might have a real Leonardo da Vinci in my house. You know what I'm saying? But it's an NFT.
Right.
Going there, but I got that and nobody else don't. So for some people that's worth money. A guy bought land next to Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, I read about that.
So, worth $100,000 or whatever. And it's like, it's just a virtual world, but that means something to somebody. A lot of these people got new money from crypto transactions, so they got that to waste. We ain't talking about people that been holding stocks for 30 years.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't playing.
They're not playing with that.
They ain't got time for that.
It's a chance we might go into a recession next year. So, it is a chance that this market we seeing with NFTs could take a slight little stumble, but it's the thing right now, man.
Yeah, it's popping. I like 6 different. I get at least 6 a day. Somebody offering me, at Instagram to come in.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I don't know what that is.
Because I know a lot of companies. I hear Nike, they going to do shoes in there. You know, a lot of big time companies.
Gucci already doing it.
Yeah.
They got their shirts in there. You can buy Gucci shirts. Yeah.
Just can't wear them.
Yeah, you just can't wear
What's
them.
the fucking point? I'm just saying.
Yeah. You're in the metaverse is what they call it.
You look better online than you do in person. How about that? That's reality. Nah, that's another show. That's another show. That's another show.
Leave folk alone. God dang.
That's another show.
Oh man, Taylor. I wanted to ask. You know, me and you. Let me give people a backstory on you anyway. The way we met, we started working together, and first time we worked together, he was on his phone the whole time, just off to the side. But he worked, so I was like, okay, I don't care if he don't talk to me or not. As long as you work, we cool, right? So the next day he came up, he did the same damn thing. I'm like, hold on now. So this time he put the phone like on the table, but he off in the back somewhere. He got his earpiece listening to it. So I see what he's looking at. And I think that time he was looking at like probably a podcast about some stocks and stuff.
Absolutely.
And then later on that day, he was looking at boxing. So I was like, okay, I got to talk to this dude.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So we started talking, and then, you know, from there it just kind of grew. And that's pretty much how we got cool. And we found out we had a lot of common interests.
Right.
But then that's when he also started explaining to me what he does and the investing and all of those things. So again, I'm like, and he came to me, hey, you want to? And I'm like, dude, I don't really, but you cool though. So I said, all right. And since then, he's made me a lot of money just periodically.
Right.
And so the thing that gets me with him is he's not flashy. Nobody really knows this unless he talks to you about
That's
it.
how, ain't no wrong with that.
He also was working, 3 jobs at the time?
Absolutely.
So it ain't like he just sitting at home on his computer.
Right.
He's also a hard worker. So I wanted to ask you, what in your upbringing instilled that type of mentality to just work and take care of the things you need to take care of and not necessarily want to be flashy? Because you got it, but you don't show it. And I think I'll say even our generation, they want to show all their stuff. Right. I got this, I got that, and then in the background, they really hurt.
I think for me, it all started about 10 years old. I started working. I was in the fields down in the country. I'm out there literally picking cotton, cutting collard greens, sacking them up, picking pecans, selling them up and down the street. So 10 years old, I'm already working. So that's where I get that work ethic from. Mm-hmm. And, after that, I'm just working 2 or 3 jobs my whole life. But the not being flashy part kind of came in at is while I was doing some of that street activity, I got members, up to 30 members that's, looking at me to make sure that they all taken care of. Right. So that was my focus. So, I already made over $1 million in the streets. By the time I was 15, I already had a house. Me and my mom, I got all the love and respect from my mom, but I was growing up too fast. Right. So I knew I had to get out of her house. Right. So I pretty much dropped out of school, went to military school. Still a hard-headed kid, man. They wasn't gonna break me. Right. So, so I'm doing my own thing or whatever. And then that's when I start meeting other people, and they're like, "Oh man, I see you." You know what I'm saying? Like, you a leader. So they follow in my steps, and so I know I got that taking care of people is more than being flashy. You know what I'm saying? It's always better to have people you can call on instead of saying, I spent this much money on this car. Once it crashed, it ain't no good. Right. You know what I'm saying? You helped a brother out, he gonna always have you back. You know what I'm saying? I need something from you. I know you're a good person. I know I can come to you if I really need you. Right. So that's kind of what that start rocking with.
So basically what I'm hearing is you put a lot of your value in people.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that's got you burned a million times.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I put a lot of value in people, and I've been burned. But I always feel like what's supposed to happen will happen, Absolutely. And every loss is a learning experience. Sometimes you need those losses to wake up and say, all right, let me tighten up on this. Let me tighten up on that. Right. So I definitely understand that people factor and putting your value in people. But it's tough.
It is.
It is
Absolutely.
tough.
It is.
And especially in today's society where we talk about trust and being able to look to the person right to your left and your right and say, man, I know he got my back or she got my back, regardless of what's going on. So we need more people out there like that. That's just really stand-up type people for the next person and not for the gram and not for the Facebook and all that stuff. So, that's why I kind of grew to you, because I always noticed how you moved. You moved in your own fashion, and you was never loud. You was never, I got this, I got that. But then he show up, boom, here, man, I got you this. Go out of town, he bring me back a Hebas, and, just, I ain't asking for nothing. Just, he's just a people person, man, and it's hard to find that nowadays, man. It's hard to find that. You want some more?
You can put the violin music on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's too late, man. I done did my whole spiel already.
It's
hard
I'm like, in a minute, he gonna get up and try to kiss his man.
Nah, that's a negative, sir. That's a negative. We ain't doing that.
We both Atlanta natives, man.
We ain't doing that, bro. Old Atlanta.
Yeah, old Atlanta.
Old Atlanta. But talking about that being open like that, let's talk about male vulnerability.
Can you let this man give his information all over again? We knew it. We still knew it this.
We
2
just
years
started.
later.
2 years later. I was going to talk about that later. Tell the people how they can find you and actually all the services that you offer.
Okay. You can hit me up on Instagram, American CEO. Just go ahead and DM me. Like I said, I'm anything that got to do with financial investments, fixing credit scores, trying to invest in your 401ks, setting up for your kids' college funds, all of that. We try to help out any way we can.
And that was Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's all I got. I mean, it's so much I know that we could have got into, you know what I'm saying, with that. But one thing I learned when Kimber was on the show was that if people really want to go, matter of fact, shout out to Kimber too.
Shout out to Kimber.
If people really want to know, we gave them everything they need to go find out. So at this point, it's like, why let him give you everything?
Right.
Go.
One with me, how I personally move is like I track everything you do in life.
Right.
So I might have a guy, he might be sitting with $100,000. He want to buy some real estate with me. Maybe we're going to get a duplex,
right,
and manage it together. Now, if I work with you and I see you lazy with how you are in your everyday life, I can't rock with you. I don't care if you got the money or not.
Absolutely.
I got to feel people out.
Yeah.
And that's another reason I stay real low key.
Absolutely.
Feel people out.
And that's just why I'm glad you was about to go to the next segment. I don't want one thing, like I learned that from Kimber, that somebody can come on here, man, and drop all the jewels, right, for free, and it's their business.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's their business. How bad do you want it? Because they giving you where they can find it.
Right.
You can find it. Well, you can get it.
Right.
But you got to do a little footwork. I'd rather you do the footwork.
That at least show me you got some skin.
I mean, because if he come back and be like, how did you find me? And they say, oh, I watched the Hunger Room show, whatever. He might take that in consideration to be like, you know what? I said that 20 minutes into the show. You know what I'm saying? That mean they had to watch my segment, if nothing else,
right,
to get to that. So he might be like, okay, they might be serious about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you did it like that. You did a good job right there.
I do a little bit. I'm standing in for Tom Brokaw. So
yeah, Tom ain't here today. Yeah,
Tom's not here.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing about your past. You don't want to know. Yeah, Tom be all in your back.
Yeah, he would have had your whole when we say your whole rap sheet. He would have had everything. We be like, where you get that from? Right. What the hell going on?
Oh man, speaking of one of my clients, he wanted me to give y'all some gifts.
We got gifts?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Gifts.
Oh, we got gifts.
Let me hit this one more time. Gifts. Y'all be coming on the show with nothing. He brought Casamigos and somebody else gifts.
Oh, Okay.
Mr. AG the Barber 810 on Instagram. You know.
Oh.
That's the shirt you got on.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, you know.
Everybody
Extra
hold that
large.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yours.
You know,
Extra large.
this one from him right here because I know how much he loved the Steelers. Give him
I'm
the
about
black
to
and
throw
yellow.
this thing in the trash.
You gonna throw that shit in the
I
trash?
ain't gonna throw it in the trash.
Appreciate you, brother.
We got
Appreciate
some
you.
gifts up in here.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
I'm wearing this too.
That's nice.
Put
like
that over
that.
there. Yeah, we ain't giving Crespo here though.
I'm sad.
We ain't gonna give him.
So you got to be there.
Yeah, you wasn't there. We don't know what you're talking
You
about.
know he gonna watch.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know he gonna.
Where my shirt
Where
at?
my shirt at?
Where my shirt at? Let's get into this vulnerability thing, man. It to actually take a little bit of vulnerability to come to you with real shit. You talking about digging in people, personal files. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My question to y'all is this though: are you comfortable with being totally vulnerable with your homeboy? Do you have homeboys that you feel like you can be totally vulnerable with?
I'll say this. I have friends at different levels. I can't say that all of my friends are on the same level or even on accountability or the ones I'm going to hang out with on a regular, So to answer your question without, diluting it too much, I do have some friends, very few,
Right.
like single hand,
Right.
that I can be completely vulnerable. But even then, it's hard sometimes. Because I think as men, we tend to just say, I can handle it on my own.
Right.
And I don't want to give off a certain perception to somebody else that, dang, he going through this and going through that. But what I found out just through experience, when you do that, you cutting yourself short. Because that same issue that you may be going through and fighting through, you holler at your homeboy, oh yeah, nigga, I know exactly what you're talking about. I went through that last year, this and that, boom, boom. And then you like, dang, I've been holding this in all this time for what? When I can share this with somebody and they can share their experiences and it might just help me because now I don't feel like I was the only person in the world that went through whatever I was going through. So for me, yeah, very, very few.
For me, not so much. Literally, I just started learning how to have this vulnerability
Right.
because of my wife.
Okay. Shout out to the wife.
I was seeing how me being over macho. That's all I know.
Right.
I know how to take care of self.
Right.
So I seen how that was affecting the family.
Okay.
Might be a little too strict in some areas, and I might be holding too much in, and I can't have that inner peace that I need to have.
Right.
So I had to start learning to be more vulnerable so I can have that peace.
Was it something that happened that made you say, I got to make a change about myself?
I know like recently my cousin, he just found his pops dead on the floor when he went to go visit him at home. And, I had dealt with a lot of people passing, and I just kind of held it in and didn't talk to nobody about it. And I seen what he was going through, and that was one of those times where I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, I've been through it too. And, I know you used to me giving tough love, but, I'm here to talk if you need me.
Right.
And so that kind of sparked that moment where, I started being more vulnerable with my homeboys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I got a couple, man. I just talked to one of them the other day. He called me, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, it's weird that, like, if I really need to talk to somebody, like, really in hands reach, ain't nobody there. Because, I live here, you know what I'm saying? I might be the only one for him. I don't know. But for me, it took a while. I'm kind of like him, you know what I'm saying? Just the way I was brought up, you swallowed a lot, you know what I'm saying? And at some point, you become a different person by everything you got going on inside you. You know what I'm saying? My search for peace made it kind of easier for me, to start talking to people about things. Like, I sometimes I use the show as my therapy. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing of the trust that I have for people. I can't look at everybody the same. I can't say I don't trust you because of this. I gotta take you for who you are, and that's what it is. When I get to open in my mouth, I live with the whole thing of whatever I'm willing to tell you, I hope you got my best interest and not play me with what I tell you. Because I feel like if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to verbally abuse myself. I'm not going to bring it up later in the argument to myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which I have had done to me. You know what I'm saying? Where I told somebody something, you know, I call it being on my knees. Because at the point you fully vulnerable, you're on your knees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Per se. You know what I'm saying? And it came back and I'm looking at like, well, damn. I told you that is, I needed you at that point, not for you to use as ammo on me later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think everybody needs that. Somebody. Everybody don't feel comfortable going to therapy. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? I go, you know what I'm saying? It made me a better person, I feel. That's just me though.
I do too.
I think everybody needs to find somebody that they could just, I mean, if you got to tell them, hey man, I just killed this motherfucker. Like, he might tell you, hey man, just get away from me. You know what I'm saying? But there's somebody you need to be able to talk to.
Right.
You know, I think us as men, we find it hard because, like you said, like he said, it takes away from the macho of us. You know, we always hear the thing, steel sharper steel. Yeah, but sometimes you need some cotton in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Something to soften that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we've been told all our life, even as young men, you know, we didn't cry.
Right.
You know, that was the thing. We didn't cry. We didn't show emotion.
Right.
And like he said, it can ruin a family. You know what I'm saying? It was points and times I came in the door, Sergeant Slaughter. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes compassion works better than that iron fist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we all need to find somebody to talk to. It affects brotherly love too. You know what I'm saying? Because some brothers will sit there, man, and be going through hell.
And won't say nothing.
But have 1,000 drinks with you though.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see it too and be looking like,
dude, what's
damn,
up?
he drinking like a motherfucker today. And he just
we actually did that. Remember
Yeah. And then next thing you know, you say, bro, you all right? The man in him gonna always say,
yeah, I'm all right.
I'm good. Well, my nigga, you need to buy your own bottle then if you're good, because you tripping it. Like, you see it in some of you, like the actions of your closest friends, no matter when you talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we need to stop with the I'm too tough for that. I ain't saying you got to be a punk. You know what I'm saying? If that's okay to say, but it's okay to not always be together. And I think a lot of us, even when we're dealing with women, like, we'll have issues, and I don't know how you are, but I know when I was in my marriage, I would have issues with my mother. You know how they say daddy issues? I probably got mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be certain things I wouldn't even say to my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like
it was all yours.
I don't know. Yeah, like I'm the man in the house. I shouldn't have these emotions. But she's seen it. And, you know, of course she would let me wait till I'm ready. But sometimes ready never came.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a weird thing like that we all deal with. And I'm dealing with a brother right now, and he's very much, he got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where I don't even know how to have that conversation with him because he's so dark right now. You know what I'm saying? My thing is to make sure he not here doing nothing crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he's in a very dark place right now. Shout out to the homie.
One thing I found out too, man, when you holding so much stuff in, you're going to find a way out. You know, you're going to pick up vices. Yeah. You know? So for me, man, it was always women. Right. So it's like, I'm going through something. I ain't got nobody to talk to. I'm going to take it out on these women. Yeah. Right. So, you know, I might be sleeping with like 5 or 6 women at a time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's my release. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to spend no time with you.
Yeah, I ain't here for that.
Yeah, I just get it off. I just need you to help me with my little problem, then you can go on about your way.
Another one.
You know, that's just something I had to get away from as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the vices definitely, you will drown yourself. And until you hit rock bottom, and rock bottom doesn't necessarily mean you down and out on your luck. Rock bottom can just mean I'm seeing something self-destructive within myself. You and I was talking about earlier about fasting. Right. We was talking about, a lot of people that go to church, they start fasting when the preachers say fast. I've always had the mantra of you fast when you see whatever it is in your life at that time that's killing you inside. That's when you need to start fasting, not when your preacher tells you or whatever it is, to kind of learn that discipline.
Absolutely.
To work around whatever it is that's getting to you, or find I've always looked at things in the fashion of, I've always done it this way, but it's not working out. Let me try another way. And a lot of people are just so used to, I know what I'm doing. I'm used to doing this, but you still messing up.
Right, exactly.
So you got to try something else. And I think that's where being able to look at yourself, look in that mirror and really just say, okay, it's time I make some changes, and really sticking to it. And I think the older we get, it's harder for us to do that because we're so stuck in our ways, especially when you're talking about dealing with opening yourself up to another individual.
Right.
I think that's just something that is very hard for us to do as adults, especially at our age when we felt like we've come this far and I'm fine, but not really.
Right.
Not really. So I think sometimes you just got to meditation. Sometimes you got to sit down and just look at yourself, take time to yourself, be quiet. You ain't got to have music on all the time. You ain't got to have the TV on all the time. You ain't got to have your phone in your hand all the time.
Man, you'll find so much productivity when you do away with those things.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, you're right. Just like my man mentioned earlier, he was talking about kind of, using different escapes as well. And like I know for me, finding those positive outlets, like you said, meditation. I remember as a kid, like looking at movies and stuff, I would hear the name like Tony Robbins. Like they kind of be making kind of like a joke out of it about motivational videos and stuff.
Right.
And I use them now. Les Brown, Tony Robbins, all these guys, David Goggins. I'm listening to these guys, man, because sometimes you need that little extra push, especially when you forever trying to grow more and more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, I ain't got it in me today. Yeah. So you might need that extra little push. So.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, it is.
Let me ask y'all this. When you come upon one of them situations and you really just, like you said, you got to find an outlet. What's some outlets that y'all, like positive outlets? Because y'all ever notice when you're going through some shit, the worst place to be is on social media.
Of course.
Oh, man,
you're sensitive to everything.
You get all the worst shit in the world, man, at that time, though. You know what I'm saying? You be like, you know what, God damn.
That's baptism through fire.
But you see so much bullshit. Some people weak-minded enough, or just they in a space. I ain't going to say they weak-minded.
Yeah.
That they start believing some of this shit they saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in conversations, and I be like, damn, I read that meme too. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happens like that. But like, what's some positive outlets? Like for me, I go to the gym. Okay. If I'm stressed enough, I go that way because I feel like it's total concentration in there for me. Like I wear my hood every day. I don't be in there looking. I be in there.
Rocky Balboa.
They be looking like, yo, who the hell is this dude? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I had a hood on, but it helps me with my thinking. You know what I'm saying? In between the sets, whatever, it helps me with my thinking. But I can't go to the gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I will, like you said, find a motivational or inspirational speaker and just sit there and just listen to it. Yeah. Like sometimes it affects the music I listen to. When I'm going through shit, you kind of can listen to the music I'm listening to, be like, yo, what the fuck is he going through? Like, you know, but it is what it is. But what's some things that y'all use?
I'll tell a backstory. I was in a relationship with this lady. She was older than me, and
I was in a relationship.
Yeah, look at me.
Bruh. But yo, I expect you to say that.
But I was in a relationship. We broke up. It was real bad, and I realized that it was heavy on me.
Right.
So it was like, Sean, you gotta break yourself out of this some kind of way. You gotta figure it out. I remember I was at work, in our line of work, if your mind ain't there, you can get killed.
You can get killed. Yeah,
you can die.
You can die.
And I had some close calls because my mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
I said, I got to get together. So that's when I started reading. And my thought process was, Sean, read some books about real people that went through way more than just a heartbreak.
Right.
My first one was Autobiography of Malcolm X.
Right.
And from there, I just continued to read about real people and real life
You're a real
situations.
person too, brother.
Well, I still consider myself kind of small, but
I hear what you're
that
saying.
document,
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
you're
I
a real
appreciate
person
that.
too.
I appreciate that. So
Here you
I
go.
started reading.
Get your drink. Get your drink, bro. Go ahead, bro. Get it out. Get it out.
But that helped me a lot, and I've always done that, and I still do it. And another one, y'all probably gonna look at me crazy. I don't care. I started recently buying Legos, and those things are pretty.
Stress relievers.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
I fix me a drink, turn on some nice quiet music, and I sit there and I put together
Put your
Legos,
dial together.
and my mind just be gone.
Right.
I wouldn't say a doll.
Yeah,
But
I saw how you did that.
let him have his. Yeah. But that's helped me. Those are some of the things that I like to do when I feel like I need to just kind of get away and decompress and refocus what's going on in my life.
Right.
For me, it's a multitude of outlets, but it's funny you brought that up because like last night I just had this situation.
Okay.
So because of this situation, my first thing would be mindset. So last night I got a call at about 1:00 in the morning, and somebody say, "Hey, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. What's going on?" "Oh man, it's these rumors that you getting evicted and you need somewhere to stay." Like, no man, I'm always up. I'm good.
Right.
I'm
Stop listening to the people. Thanks
I'm
for
like,
calling though.
No, I could have got irate and went crazy over who said that. You
Right.
Went all crazy, but it's like the mindset's like, yo, I'm too busy for that nonsense. Don't even
Understand
I ain't worried
that.
about that.
Right.
Understand
But,
that.
also for me, it's like taking time to enjoy life and enjoy what God created for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in this industrial world and we get kind of caught up in that sometimes. Sometimes you just need to take a walk out and look at nature. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of beautiful places and things to do.
Absolutely.
Go to the museum, go catch a boxing match.
Right.
Just go do something,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that you enjoy doing to relieve that stress. We already brought up therapy, meditation, so just some of those things to piggyback on.
Yeah. What you get into
I'm a
outside
old,
of the gym?
I'm an old movie guy, man. Like movies that really I fucks with, I go find one of them, bro, and sit there. And I done seen it 1,000 times, but every time I see it, I be like, "Yo, this my shit." You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting ready for work the other day. I was almost late, matter of fact. Put on A Few Good Men. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just watched the movie. I went all the way to the chorus scene. You know what I'm saying? I just needed that before I walked out the door. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it is when y'all walk through them doors, man. You be like, "Yo, who am I gonna have to almost smack today?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I like movies that move me in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like Brown Sugar was one of my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm into the romantic thing, kind of, with the Love Joneses and that. I'm kind of off that slave movie thing, bro.
Yeah, I'm
kinda,
over that.
Like I just seen they about to come out with Emmett Till. They about to tell his story. Actually, they about to talk about his mother, but they gonna tell the story, of course. And the first thing, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I was talking to the homie about this the other day, not to get off course, but are we teaching our history through movies now because they won't put it in the books? Like, is that the way are we getting to this new generation about our history? Because, you think about all the movies that's coming out now, bro. It's really a history lesson. It's for us, it's a history lesson. Harriet Tubman, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we had Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, who didn't look like Martin Luther King, but we'll get him another. We'll do that another day.
Well, y'all know who they had playing Harriet Tubman at first, right?
Who was that for? Oh, go ahead and say it, dog.
What's her name? Her brother named Eric. What's her name?
And the brother named Eric Roberts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts. They was gonna have Julia Roberts play Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was some bullshit, but I looked it up.
Man, I looked it up.
Real.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Wow.
Just like is that the new way of reaching our youth is to put it on the big screen? Because who's making these movies? Good.
I'm sorry. I was a proponent of it at first. I was okay because everything you just said, I said yes, it's relevant because they don't have any other outlets. But if you look back to when we were growing up, all we had, and from the South, Lil Boy King and Roots. Everything else we had to learn, or somebody put a book in our hand,
Right.
or something to that fashion. So now, when you talked about just like the Julia Roberts situation, so the Harriet Tubman story, I heard it wasn't good. So now it's kind of like, depending on who's telling the story, we're going off of the narrator's vision of what it was and not necessarily a book or something. And not saying all books are 100% true.
Right.
But when you read, me personally, reading is better than looking at a movie. So now to create all these movies that aren't just like The Harder They Fall, this Western that they made.
I still ain't seen it.
So the actors got a lot of flack and the producers because all of these characters were real characters, but it was a fictional story. It was a fictional story. So people was like, "Oh, she didn't look like that, or he didn't do this, and he looked this way." So it was a whole uproar, and then the director just said, "These are real characters, but a fictional story."
Right.
So don't take all this as history per se,
Right.
and just enjoy the story. So now if you give that to a youth and they're like, okay, well, I thought Stagecoach Mary was 300 pounds, 6'6", and then you got Zazie Beetz playing her on. So that's where the confusion comes in. So at some point we have to get back to where we're literally reading these things. That's where I am now. Now I used to be like, yeah, keep the movies going, but I'm sick of it now. I am.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I mean, I always feel like Hollywood got their own agenda, man.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's all about dollars.
Absolutely.
So when we putting out these movies, what's the reasoning behind it? Like, what do you stand to gain by putting out this movie?
Well, February right around the corner.
Right.
So everybody trying to get a jump on it.
Exactly. So
I mean, I'm just keeping it real, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you might be doing this to recognize one of our leaders, but are you telling the true story of it?
And that's the whole thing. Like you asked about you said
Yes, sir.
was Harriet Tubman a good movie? I don't think the movie was literally about her. It was more about what she did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just like if you look at the Fred Hampton movie, it wasn't really about him.
Right, it was about the snitch.
It was about the dope. You know what I'm saying? So when we go into these theaters, I think we have to go into them with a more open mind of what we about to look at, because the lady that was sitting next to me in the movie theater was crying. You know what I'm saying? So what it did to her, and I'm looking at it like, dang, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess you have to just really. I'm done, man. Like I can't sit through another. We saved them from this, that. And I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it? 12 years of slavery.
Yeah.
Hey, and this crazy. With 12 years a slave, I was the only black guy in there, man.
Oh yeah, they going to
all
see the
white
movies
audience.
now.
Yeah.
They going to see the movies.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was weird because it was solid. Everybody knew I was in there.
Yeah.
And watching those type of movies, it's gonna anger you.
Absolutely.
You're gonna feel some type of way. So the only thing I'm thinking in my mind, somebody say the wrong thing, is gonna be problems in here today.
Well, they probably left and was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Hey,
Right.
When they say, "I'm so sorry."
So like you were saying, man, I'm trying to really stay away from it.
yeah, like, are we at a point to where? And I know everybody like, damn, they just jumped off vulnerability. we might come back to it. We might
Hey,
not.
we going with the flow.
Yeah, we damn, I lost my thought that fast. I'm old. But what you were saying about the movies and stuff, are we at a point to where if we spend too much time reflecting on the past, that we really wasting more time to handle something in the future or in the present form?
It's interesting you say that. I've been watching a series, really easy to binge watch. It's called The Now. And it's really about this guy living in the present. So he ain't thinking about the past no more. He ain't thinking about the future. He just making decisions based off of what's happening right now. And I think that's important, man. I think you really gotta plan for the future. Like with when it comes to security, financials, I like to take that Chinese approach, the 300 years into the future. I just look at what I can make while I'm here on this earth, but
Right.
how I can take care of my family in the future. But when it comes to letting stuff weigh you down, you gotta be done with that, man. You gotta put that behind you and just think about how you can live and be happy right now.
Yeah, I've taken that on for quite a while because I am one of those people that I tend to, when things get to me, they stay on me heavy. And whether you know it or not, when you're super stressed, it can affect your health. And I just, at some point, I started looking at it, and this is how I kind of got over holding on to stuff tight like that. It could be something small, like somebody cut me off in the road or something. And I cuss them out, this and that. I go home and tell whoever and this and that, and I'm still pissed about it. And I said, I bet this person ain't think not damn bit about me since they cut me off and kept driving. They ain't at home thinking about it. They ain't said nothing to nobody. They ain't say, yeah, I cut this guy off today. And no, it's over for them. But you the one that's carrying the weight.
Right. So now they holding power over you.
There you go. They got some kind of power over you. So you do have to learn how to just let that stuff roll off of you right then and there. And don't take it no further than it have to be.
Yeah. Like me, I'm prepared for everything, man. I understand there's certain laws in place and things we should abide by. Man, I still ride around with my pistol on my lap just in case somebody do something stupid in traffic. Like my wife, she was driving and a dude was yelling at her for no reason. He wanted to get over. She said, okay, get on over. He was still cursing at her. He just slammed and drove his car into hers. Man, that couldn't have been me. Hey, shots fired. I don't do disrespect very well.
Yeah, that was over the top.
Let's get back to this vulnerability, though, man. Let's
Hold on. Let me ask something. And it's on another movie thing. Did y'all see the King Richard?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did.
Okay. Well, I won't talk about it.
Go ahead.
You don't talk. What did you think about? And I'll preface it because now the other family previous to Serena and Venus, the oldest daughter says she's getting ready to write a book talking about how he left them. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I understand like the involvement that they had with that, that whole project. So, from the storyline that they was telling, it's cool. I understand what they was doing with it. Would I have chosen the actors in it? Probably not. Probably when I had the same people in it. But I get it. Like they oversaw the project and they put out their final cut, so they were comfortable with what they put out.
Right.
So I can't really speak against that.
Okay.
I didn't see it. When I'm gonna see it, I don't know. But I did read that though. They've been famous a long time.
I was gonna get into that.
Like I remember with Venus, we were still in high school, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, we was-
91.
Oh shit, we wasn't even in high school yet then. Maybe ninth grade.
It was, I think like ninth
So I'm
grade.
like, okay, so it's 2021. He left y'all alone, and I ain't trying to be insensitive, but y'all waited to now to, as far as I know, to throw this on the man. Y'all been feeling this way a long time. Y'all should have been screaming this every time he on the TV. Yeah, he left us or whatever. But from what somebody told me at work, because I had the same question, was that they actually have a relationship with them.
This okay.
Like, there's a relationship there. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. People do things for weird reasons. People weirdos.
Now, Will Smith is one of those characters, right?
He's playing their father.
Right. So I got to look at Will Smith's personal life when it comes to that. Will Smith actually, all the success he has, he kind of looks as his dad for being the one that instilled that in him. At the same time, his dad was abusive. His dad punched his mom in the face in front of him. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have a great relationship,
Right.
but he still got something out of that.
Right.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
I see what you're saying. It was funny. I watched it and I was explaining to somebody because I followed tennis for a long time, and he was the movie portrayed him in a great light. But I remember also watching tennis matches. He wasn't sitting there like the other coaches. He would be off in the stands, standing up, walking around, doing whatever. And when you watch the movie and the wife just kind of went in on him, like, I've been here doing this, doing that, boom, boom. I looked at it as it was always about him. He had in his mind, and if you when you watch the movie, it'll come to you. He had in his mind what he wanted to do, and he was going to do it at any cost, at any means. So, when they were talking about, the sisters and this and that, and the moves he were making, and when the wife talked about all these failed business ventures he had, that he just kept trying to do this and that, and finally, even in the movie, the coaches pushed him to push Venus out there. Serena went and played by herself privately because he was saying, no, you sit back and wait. So it was like, it was about him. And right now he's married. He married somebody else and has another child, another family, and all these things.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He's not married to their mom.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't pay the people no attention.
Yeah. So, but it was a great movie, and like you were saying, I think when you want to highlight something specific, take that story for what it is.
right.
So for the other people to come in, well, he did this, he did that, he did that. Well, can we just talk about this right here? Because nobody's perfect.
I think that's easy to say sitting here versus if you that other kid.
The ones that were affected.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they might have went through. And I guess I got to look at what I even said in my own statement. I don't know what they went through after he left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
The timing.
That's
my
thing.
question.
Yeah, that's
The
kind of my
timing.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But people, I guess we can say I guess I'm gonna be on both sides of it.
Right, and it's okay.
People do what they want to when they feel the timing is right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the story didn't really get no traction. So I mean, I seen it because I just happened to be scrolling. I was like, oh, what's this? I be looking for conflict. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, damn, that's unfortunate. And I hope they're in a better place than they was then. But the timing of it was a little timing everything. Man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Timing and everything.
I mean, I don't have the greatest relationship with my dad. I don't blame him for nothing. He's a good guy, whatever. He just, to me, he didn't play his part as a dad.
Right.
A lot of things is ego. So,
Absolutely.
I got ego. I'm a narcissist.
Right.
I see things one way, and that's the way it's going to be.
Right.
You ain't going to be able to talk me down from that. So I get where he coming from. Like, he looking for his daughter's success and all of that, and still doing his own thing. Like you said, you ain't gonna be perfect,
Right.
but you do the best you can and you keep it moving. We talked about living in the past. You ain't gonna be able to do that. You can't fix that. That's
you can't
that's
fix
back
that.
down.
That's all.
Right.
Me and my grandma, we didn't get along very well. My grandma is the only person funeral I ever cried at because she died before we got a chance to fix that.
Fix that.
So I was just a little kid, and me and her didn't get along, but I lived with her sometimes.
Right.
So that hurt me, but ain't nothing I can do about that now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep moving forward, change your attitude, change your ego, do the best you can.
That's it. That's all.
Yes, indeed. I got to go back. You said you're a narcissist, and you said it with your chest.
He did.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Well, why are you comfortable in saying that and just okay being that way?
It's
what do you feel makes you a narcissist? Let's start there.
It's not so much as a pride thing. It's more so recognizing the truth. Like my man mentioned earlier, man. Therapy. I'm in therapy, so I have somebody else that checks me on my stuff. We sit and have conversations. If I'm out of line, I got somebody to be like, do you think that's normal? What you doing and saying? You think that's normal? I might be like,
Right.
it might not be normal for the average person, but
For me.
I'm not average.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's regular.
Right. So I'm a narcissist, and it has its ups, but it also can have some detrimental downs. So you got to realize who you are in life, and then you make the adjustments you need to be a success.
Ralph, you got something I want to, before another kind of life lesson, I wanted you to tell the story of your granddad.
Oh, definitely.
This is an amazing story, man.
Okay.
All right, so technically, my family is very wealthy.
Okay.
They all live down in Macon and Perry, Georgia.
Okay.
Out there, we owned a lot of land. So right now, where my grandma's house is, you know, God bless her soul, she passed away. Somebody else lives on that land now. But we grew up on this land, and all the land, as far as your eyes can see, belonged to a white man.
Okay.
The reason behind it was my family sold off land for pennies on the dollar.
Okay.
Just to get some money real quick. So, that now created an environment where my family's still fighting generations later over money. So it's just that reminder, and it's a sickening feeling when you go down there and you like, dang, man, like them fields I was talking about working in, them cotton fields.
Right.
Yeah, that's the property we used to have.
Right.
And I'm working for a white man doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just one of those situations where it's like, man, life could have been a lot different, but again, we can't live in the past. So what can y'all do now to fix that?
Right.
Nobody ain't sitting around fixing that. Because you know how it is at Big Mama house on Sundays. She bring everybody together. She ain't there no more.
Right.
So there's a lot of turmoil in the family. So nobody's sitting down thinking like, how can we come together and fix things? How can we change things from the now? And look at how, okay, hey, but if we do some of that group economic stuff, we ain't got people that's poor in my family. I got principals, I got lawyers, I got people that's retired with over $1 million. These people ain't talking about coming together and buying land and doing things with it. It's everybody for themselves. So, it's just that mentality thing, man. People got to come together and do a little bit better than what came before you, because that's easy. It's easy to do what you seen before you. If your dad was beating on your mom, and then you like, okay, I'm going to beat on my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. What can you do to break that cycle and change things?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're looking at now.
Breaking the cycle. Shout out to Luch. That's one thing he hashtagged, the one that broke the cycle.
Right on. Right. Tell them one more time where they can find you at, brother. I appreciate you come hanging out with us today. Tell them where they can find you. And
again, man, good old Instagram, man. American CEO. You know what I'm saying? I also got a second page, Genesis of Raziel on Instagram. Y'all can check me out there. You can dial my number 678-851-6413. I'm comfortable with y'all. Y'all can hit me directly.
out there like that.
Look, man.
That's vulnerability right
Out there.
It's all good. I got a company phone, so if I don't like you when you call it, I'll just use that other phone.
That's just it. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Out there, man. What you got, 18?
I don't know. My stomach hurt, man.
Nobody tell you eat that extra large bowl of Lucky Charms before the show.
My stomach killing me over here. I can't believe I switched over to tequila messing with y'all.
It's going to be a long day for you, brother.
Yeah, it'll be a long day.
Hey, man, like we said, we want to shout out, man. Happy birthday, man.
Absolutely.
Orlando Crespo doing his family man thing. He do it to the truth. And we going to get out of here today.
I forgot something. My OG lost his dog last Monday. Brother Carpenter.
Oh, I didn't know
the
that.
dog died. You know what I'm saying? So can we raise our glasses
Oh, damn.
for the, take a little shot
Right.
for that dog? I can't think of the
Right on.
name, but we gonna drink it for that dog.
Hey, y'all know where to find us. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, whatever platform. We there. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, I wonder if Crespo and Nickel City Flex ever gonna come back to the show. That's all I gotta say.
We holler at y'all, man. We love you.
Ja too. We ain't forgot you.